Hello, welcome to the other side of the table and this
Kitchen
edition-
table.
kitchen table, and this storm Charles from Toilet Bowl. Like I said, it's a very delicate subject, and some people are not going to agree with this. Some people can. Some people will agree. Some people won't. What have Robin Williams, Kurt Cobain, Pete Steele, Chester Bennington, Wayne Static, and Cleopatra all got in common?
They committed suicide.
They all took their own lives. Now, sort it out. It is a very, very, very delicate subject. And many, many, many times, both me and Kaylee have actually sat up all night with people who've said that they're going to take their own life.
Mm-hmm.
There is always an alternative, because what you've got to consider, if you've got pets or children,
Especially pets.
they are going to think, well, hey, it's not worth sticking around for. I have actually considered this many, many times. I've actually considered suicide seriously several times.
She was on suicide watching me.
And I haven't done it because she'll probably think, well, what was not worth sticking around for? Why is she not here?
And I didn't do it because of my Andy boy.
And she was concerned about our cat and apart from that, I was sitting on the toilet all night making sure she didn't come out of her room because I was on suicide watch.
Because of a guy.
And that is the most stupid reason to do it, is over someone else. There is no romance in suicide at all.
Yeah, join me in death.
Consider who is going to be left behind. Consider the heartache you're going to cause, the financial burden you're going to cause. And there is always an alternative. If you're feeling this way, please, 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 we've got a couple of numbers here. We've got Refuge for victims of domestic violence, which I've also been through.
As have I.
Which is 0808 2000 247. We will be repeating this periodically throughout. And
This video's not going to be that long.
the Samaritans, which is 116123. So please, 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 if you've got those feelings deep down inside, no matter what reason, the Samaritans will talk you through it, and they will try and help you. And if there is another helpline for it, they will probably give you the number. We only know we're very limited in our resources here. We can't even edit a video. So please, 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 if you've got those feelings, there is an alternative. People care about you. I care about you. Katie cares about you. You're a human being.
They're little fishies.
You're our little fishies. There is always, always an alternative. In fact, when Katie was about 6, we were coming back to London from Basildon, and a lady jumped at the fast train going through. Her head landed on the ticket booth on that platform, and her leg landed at the feet of the lady who was on the London platform that we were all on. Me and my then husband had to take the 2 younger kids, her and Katie, to the end of the platform so they didn't see anything. It was a horrific thing to happen. And then after a little while, the forensics team come and put up tents and everything else. Also in London, anywhere else in the world, if you jump in front of a train, it's like, oh, what was the reason? Oh, poor thing, it must have been so. In London, they're like, you selfish.
It is a very selfish thing to do. A very selfish thing. Committing suicide is one of the most selfish acts you can
Dawn
perform.
French, her father committed suicide. And she said she never really came back from that. You're not just taking your own life. You're taking the lives of people that are close to you.
Yep.
And even if you think that no one is close to you, there may be someone that you've profoundly affected in some way.
We were all put on this earth for a reason. And just because you may have not have found your reason There's no need to jump in front of a train or slit your wrists or anything else. And a lot of people do it for attention, and that bugs me. That bugs me a lot.
Yeah, but some people don't do it for attention.
I knew someone who used to slit their wrists and they'd get like the ink bit out of a pen and put it inside it. That was for attention.
Some people do it as cry for attention, but there must be a deeper reason, because you don't do that to your own body if there isn't a deeper reason. So please, 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 ring the Samaritans, try and get help. Samaritans, the number is 116 123. There is an alternative. There is always a way out.
Or you can go in, drop into the Samaritans, and someone will help you.
I suffer from anxiety, depression. I'm agoraphobic. And what makes you happy? I sit there and watch Die Hard.
A Christmas film.
Well, yeah, but I sit there and watch Die Hard. That makes me happy for some unknown reason. Don't ask me why, or maybe I'm sick in the head, but that is what makes me happy. And I will sit there quietly and I'll watch Die Hard, and no one's allowed to disturb me. And I'll knit, and I'll just try and create something from this turmoil I'm in. I mean, when I was in hospital, I had my gallstones taken out, and I was feeling pretty desperate then. I sat there and I was knitting snowies. I mean,
I like doing YouTube videos.
we do YouTube videos because it gives us an outlet, and we hope desperately that we can actually help someone. So please, 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 if you are experiencing these feelings, please drop us a comment. We will try to help as much as we can.
We've both been through this.
We've all been there. And domestic abuse is a terrible, terrible, terrible thing. I've been through it. Unfortunately, she went through it as well because I was going through it. It is a terrible, terrible thing that somebody that is supposed to make you feel safe can make you feel really unsafe. And their number is 0808 2000 247. There is always a way out, always. Even church groups can help. Church groups can help you. I mean, we're with a church, we're with a Baptist church in East Ham. And I will mention it, it's called Bonnie Downs, and they run food banks, they run things for homeless. They're very, very, very helpful. And they've helped me out, and they also have a debt counselling service.
And I'm going to tell you guys something. I was going through a breakup, and I stopped eating. I have an eating disorder. I stopped eating for 6 months. And the only thing that kept me alive was cherry Coke. But I didn't care because I was hurting a lot. And we went to Bonnie Downs, and they were trying to force feed me. Now, I could not eat a lot. I could only eat like a spoonful of something, half of a sandwich. When you've got like 2 pieces of bread and the sandwich is cut in half, I could only eat half of it, or 1 bite of it. And they were trying to sort of like get food into me, and they were giving us food so like get us to eat, and nothing was working. And even the person who broke up with me told me to start eating, and I couldn't do it. My stomach would not take it. And the only thing that kept me alive was cherry Coke, and that's why I've got such a thing with cherry Coke, because it kept me going. It was my energy source, it was my food source, it was everything, wasn't it?
But I'm not saying get addicted to cherry Coke.
No, but I'm just saying,
She lost a tooth to it.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, I could have died. And that was quite recent, wasn't it? It was about 6 years ago, which is quite recent. And the only thing that kept me going was cherry Coke. I could have died. I dropped 2 dress sizes. It was horrifying. I was like a skeleton. And she was worried. I was worried. And the thing is, I didn't realise how I was affecting... This sounds really stupid. I didn't know how I was affecting my cat. But he was off his food as well. When you've got an animal, you build this bond with your animal. And you don't realise how strong that bond is, do you? But he stopped eating because I wasn't eating. And he wasn't right because I wasn't right. And I was constantly crying all over him. And he was always sad and I was always sad. And it was just like, we was stuck in this loop. And he didn't start eating again until I started eating. He was sort of picking, but he wasn't eating properly. And I realised that I was affecting him. So I sorted myself out. and started eating again, and he started eating again. So I was like, okay, I didn't realise how strong the bond between me and Andy was.
Please, please,
Can you-
please. I know
No,
you may feel there is no way out, but
Tiggy.
there is always
Come on.
an alternative. Always. And if you are successful, you will probably have a post-mortem or autopsy where your organs are taken out and weighed, and you have a Y incision, you have to be stitched up and everything. There is no dignity in death. And I mean, it may sound very romantic, oh, Romeo and Juliet, they poisoned themselves and stabbed themselves because they wanted to be together in death. Doesn't work that way, sorry. It doesn't. I mean, the families are devastated with victims of suicide.
they have to pay for a
families-
funeral.
The families are devastated. Whatever made you do this terrible, terrible, terrible thing, there is always an alternative. And I'm not saying that everything in the garden is going to be bright and rosy, because it probably won't. And it'll probably take you a while to get through it, but you will eventually get through it. We have spent nights sitting up on the internet talking to friends who have actually felt like there was no other way but to end it.
You stop
There
doing that.
is always an alternative. Suicide is final. There is no coming back from it. Once you're dead, you are dead. That is the end of it. And I know that sometimes it feels like there's no other way. I've felt like that many, many, many times.
There's always another way.
But there is always an alternative. If you're in debt, there are places where you can get debt advice. Many, many of them. Citizens Advice Bureau can help. You usually have to wait for an appointment for quite a while with those, but they will help. Samaritans can probably put you on to someone who can help. There is always a way around it. If you're gay and you're feeling persecuted, there is an association called the Beaumont Society in London who will help you. You can check them out on the internet. There is also a couple of LGBT, I'm not sure the acronym for it, but there are switchboards that will help you through this. I mean, it is a terrible, 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 terrible thing, and it may seem like that is your only recourse, and the only thing you can do is kill yourself, and the people around you will be happier if you're not there. No,
It's not
they
the
won't.
case.
And also, sometimes you think that your family will be better off if you're not there. That's not true, because the cheapest funeral is about £3,000, and they've got to find the money for that funeral. You know, so do you really want to put everyone else through that? I don't think you do.
I mean, I still have my eating disorder, but I'm dealing with it. Can you get down?
The thing is,
Down.
there is always an alternative. You may not be able to see a light at the tunnel. You may not see this light at the end of the tunnel, but it is there. I promise you. And you may think, oh, well, they'll all miss me at my funeral. Well, let's face it. If you've killed yourself and people are having to deal with the cost of that funeral, I think...
If there is something that you want to do and you want to get away, just go what I done. I went round my friend's house and I was away for a month, remember? Leanne, I went round your house for 2 weeks, I think it was. And that was to get away from everything because I was feeling a bit overwhelmed with everything. And I went and saw you and stayed around your house for a little while. And that's what you need to do. If you need to get away, just go and see a friend, or, you know, go and do something that releases the stress. I like going to theme parks. I'm a thrill seeker.
We couldn't afford a theme park at the time, so she went round.
So I went round to
Leanne's,
see
which
my
was-
friends.
Which is like a thing.
I went round my friend Matt's house, I went round my friend Andy's house, I went round Leanne's house. And I went away for a month. And I was still in contact with my mum. I was ringing her. It wasn't every day, it was now and then.
He was coming back and getting clothes as well.
Yeah, but I went away for a month. and it cleared my head. That's what you need to do. You need to spend time with people who are not gonna sort of, that's why I went away, and my mum knows that.
Not going to judge you or not make you feel pressured in any way.
So if you just get away for a little while, if the coronavirus wasn't on, you could probably go on holiday for a weekend away. That's what you need to do. If you're feeling like you're pressured or you're stressed out or you just need to get away, just get away. Go somewhere. Go see your friends. Go on a weekend break or something.
Go for a walk. Take a picnic. Go out for the day. Just get away from that situation for a little while. And I promise you, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. You may not see it. I couldn't see it for a long time. For a long, long time. I was depressed. I was unhappy. I just wanted to not feel anything. In the words of Chester Bennington, being between my ears was not a good neighbourhood to be in. You didn't want to be walking out there. And I felt that way. And I did think that ending it was going to be the best solution for everyone involved. And then I thought, I watched a documentary, and the boy on it said, my dad committed suicide, and I thought, well, wasn't I worth hanging around for? That's what you've got to consider. If you haven't got children, but you've got pets, they love you. I know you just think, oh, it's an ant. They love you. They create a bond with you.
Like I said, Andy was off his food when I was.
I mean, look at that dog. It was a golden retriever. He was a guide dog. And his first owner, because they were blind, committed suicide. So they said, okay, and they gave him to another blind person who subsequently committed suicide. Then they gave him to someone who wasn't blind, who also committed suicide. Not the dog's fault. The poor dog wondered what was happening as much as anyone else did. And that dog actually ended his life in the care of the RSPCA because they couldn't rehome him anymore because where's the trust? So please, I know it seems desperate. I know it does. I know how much you're hurting. I know what you're feeling. I've been through it myself. Please, watch Die Hard or something. Just find an outlet, something you like to do. What do you like to do? Do you like to walk? Go for a walk. Do you like going to theme parks? Put some on YouTube and watch it.
I've done that before.
There is always a way out. You may not see it at the moment, but trust me.
I mean, I think that coronavirus has caused a lot of this as well, like suicides and stuff, because you're stuck at home.
Well, I think the coronavirus has caused a lot of this. Now, I'll not say the number again. It is the Domestic Abuse Helpline, and that is 0808 2000 247. And also the Samaritans again is 116 123. Please don't suffer in silence. Drop us a comment. We'll help as much as we can. Ring the Samaritans. They might be able to give you helplines that I don't know the number for. There is always someone out there who will help. And don't think that nobody cares and nobody loves you. They do. I care. I care about every human being. You care.
And I care about animals more than people, but I do care. If you leave an animal behind, I'm going to be annoyed.
We care about every human being on the planet, no matter who they are or what they are. So please, 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 I know that these thoughts do enter people's heads, and I know how absolutely devastating and awful it can be. But please, there is always help available. Please don't make that last mistake, please. Because death is final, that is the end. There is no game over. You don't get another life, it's game over.
I didn't want to leave this one behind. This is why I didn't do anything.
This is a very serious and touchy subject, and people will probably say that I'm being way too harsh and I'll be criticised and vilified for this, but
Yeah, so will I, because I just said I don't like people much. I like
the
animals.
thing is, there is always a way out. There are associations and people who will try to help. If you're not in the UK, if you're in the USA, Alex Hefner, his channel, he will try to help you. There are always avenues for help available. We will help as much as possible. Just drop us a comment. So please, don't make that last mistake. There are always
There's always
alternatives.
something to live for. You just need to find it if you can't find it. You know, there's always
We
something.
make YouTube videos and annoy people.
That's
So-
how that's our calling in life.
And baking. I made so many baked goods I thought people around me were going to explode because I kept feeding them. So, Please, find an outlet. Baking. Just go through some recipe
And
books
never
and bake
do something stupid over a guy or a girl.
No, because is that really worth it?
No.
If you're being bullied,
Oh yeah.
then that is another one. Bullies, I'm not going to say bullies do it to make themselves feel better because I don't believe that. I believe that bullies are idiots. And they just like to make you feel worthless. We still suffer from the effects of bullying. And this is years on. I think that once you have been bullied, you never really get over it. I don't think you do ever really get over bullying. I try not to be a bully.
Someone wants your attention.
I try not to be a bully. Sometimes it seems like I'm bullying, but I'm not. But I don't like bullies. I think they're absolute cowards. And the worst thing you can do is make someone feel small and belittle them and make them cry just because you feel like it. You know, I've had bad days, but I don't go around and take it out on everyone else just because I'm miserable.
No.
So there are other ways. Please talk to somebody. Get it out there. Even if you're not religious, you can go to a church group like we do. You don't have to be religious to go there.
No.
They will not ram God down your throat. They're lovely, lovely people. You can get a free meal, you can get a cup of tea.
Get down.
And if you've got the
Squidgy.
correct benefits, you can get a food parcel as well. There are, and they do a debt helpline. Most Baptist churches run these. It's a debt helpline. There is also Money Matters, and you can also get help from Citizens Advice Bureau, although you could be waiting a while for an appointment from them. But please, try to get some help. Reach out to somebody. Because not everyone's going to go, oh, yeah, well, I want to talk to you, but I haven't got the time today. I just can't be bothered. Not
We'll talk
everyone
to
is
you.
going to be like that. We will talk to you. We will take time out to talk to you. Just drop us a comment, please.
If you want a one-to-one video with me, I'll do that for you.
And please, don't make the last mistake. Please. Because we care. I care about every human being on this planet, as I said. I can't do everything for human beings on this planet, but I do care. So please, don't make the ultimate mistake.
And don't leave animals behind. There's not enough places that take them.
Or children.
Or children.
So please.
But they don't get, they're in orphanages. But the animals, they'll get put down. They'll get put to sleep.
Please, comment, like and share, because this video has got to go out there. There are people out there who are going to need something like this.
But don't leave the animals behind so they can be euthanized. It's not fair. They didn't choose that. That's you being selfish.
And a child didn't choose to be made an orphan. So please, don't do it. It's really not worth it.
No. Because also, kids have really bad lives in orphanages. So you've got animals that are being put to sleep for no reason. When
And
they ask for it.
bullying, well.
And you've got kids that are being like treated badly in orphanages because you've done that.
So please,
Selfishness.
please, don't do it.
And I'm sorry if you think I'm being harsh, but that's what it is.
But we will help if we can, if you need it. So please comment, like, subscribe, get this video out there, share it.
And I will,
Please.
if you need me to give you a one-to-one talk, I will. Now, I know I've been really, really harsh, but I have spoke so many people out of committing suicide, like, I can't even count how many. And I will give you a one-to-one talk. She will give you a one-to-one talk.
If you want to talk to me.
So just
So
Let me know.
please, like, comment and subscribe and share this video because we need to get it out there because people do need the help. And if you are in the USA, Alex Hefner will help you.
But even if you're in the USA, I can still give you a one-to-one.
Well, we can still do a one-to-one talk even if you're in the USA, but please, please, don't do it. We care. We care about you as a person. We don't want you to do this.
It's not worth it. Nothing is worth it.
And
Being in debt, losing your job,
the names
the
I've
relationship
mentioned:
ending.
Robin Williams, Kurt Cobain, Pete Steele, Chester Bennington, Wayne Static, Cleopatra. They were all famous. They were all successful. They all had money and everything
And
else.
Wayne
but
Static
depression hit
killed
everybody.
himself over a girl.
Cleopatra killed herself over a guy.
There you go. Stupidness.
So please, 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 please don't do it.
Like I said, go away for a little while. Just get away. Get away from everything. Just chill. Just go somewhere on your
Turn
own.
your phone off and disconnect for a little while.
Yeah, don't go on social media. That's the worst thing.
Social media is the worst villain for this because you see these people living wonderful lives. They're not. If you don't believe me, there is a video by a band called Nightwish called Noise. Just give that a watch.
And also, there's these little videos on life hacks, and it's people standing in front of pictures of the beach. That's how they do it. They're not always going on holiday. I mean, some of them, yeah, they are.
And
but-
another one, they get their computer screen and they put their fingers like that, so as it looks like the hot dog legs. No. Why make people feel bad when you're not that great yourself?
And Photoshop is a disaster as well. So just be yourself. Don't be something for someone else.
I mean, Kaylee has got what she calls a mask. A makeup.
You've all seen me without it now, though. When I was doing my makeup,
Yeah.
well, I still do my
But-
makeup tutorials, but you know, you've all seen me without my mask.
Kaylee has a mask. Wear makeup. Wear a mask for a little while. Just try anything just to try and get yourself out of that hole. The only person who can get you out of it is you. You've got to dig yourself out. The help is available.
Yeah.
You've just got to find it.
I mean, a lot of
So-
people say I'm ridiculous because I say this is my mask, but it is. I'm not showing my face. You know, you know what I look like because of my makeup tutorials and stuff. But I won't go out without at least my eyebrows on because I don't. This is my disguise. This isn't me.
And you see me when I do these videos, I've always got makeup on.
That's her mask.
I don't walk around like that normally.
She doesn't wear makeup usually. So
So please, please, please don't do it. Like, subscribe, comment, share, anything. Just get this video out there because people need to know that there is a way out. It's not easy, but there is a way out.
no, but you know the easiest thing to do is go away for a little while.
And I'll just
Disconnect
mention
from
those
the world.
numbers one more time.
Turn off your phone. Be alone. Just disconnect from
Oh,
everything.
get with friends that are going to support you, not ones that are going to ridicule you. Right, now for Refuge Domestic Abuse Helpline, that is 0808 2000 247. And for the Samaritans, it is 116 123. Pick up the phone. Send us a like and a comment on a message or anything like that. We will do our best to help. So I know this has been a very heavy subject, but this has been Tales from the Toilet Bowl.
And next time we'll have a happier one.
Be kind and considerate, and please don't do it. We'll see you next time on Tales from the Toilet Bowl. Bye-bye.
Bye.